All right, two big things going on here. Number one, the fights behind the scenes. For instance, the judge in South Carolina who went up against the Trump administration and ruled against them about the DOJ getting access to millions of voter files and data files. This judge, Diane Goodstein, ruled against it and basically blocked them from doing it. Many, many, many judges, politicians, and everything else are standing up and blocking them effectively from doing this, from doing things like ICE going into certain cities and federal judges block it. Then it gets kicked back, then got brought up to the Supreme Court, which is in the back pocket. But that's how it works. But in the meantime, there are also other elements of the violence being perpetuated in the political atmosphere. This particular judge caught the attention of none other than Stephen Miller, who called all left-wing judges terrorists, which ironically is the same name that Cheeto von Schitzenpants gave to Antifa, which is actually not even a group. Is just like an idealism, anti-fascism, which I think is pretty important. But it's something general enough that they could blame on anybody. Remember, Antifa was what was in J6 and blah, 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 blah. So naming these things, terrorist organizations or what have you, gives them special powers, special anger, and it ignites special levels of racism, anger, violence by their sheeple because they think, that's someone after their precious country they're pretending to defend. So this judge's house, right after Stephen Miller called the left-wing judges terrorists, got burnt to the ground, like exploded mysteriously. And her husband was in it and got injured. And her husband happened to be an ex-senator. So, yeah, this is another prime example of the sheeple, the Republicans, and the violence, and nothing but the Republican violence. Shapiro's house being burnt down, Gabby Giffords, the two Democratic House members that got assassinated with their spouses and one even family dog. The rhetoric on Trumple Thinskin's world and the sheeple within is nothing but violent and hatred and purely driving up emotion and anger, which is what keeps his sheeple controllable if they keep them angry and emotional. That is why smart people don't like him. That's why he loves the undereducated, as he says. His words, not mine. But that is the control button. Now, if they can distract them enough, freak them out enough, piss them off enough with like government shutdowns and everything else, they can distract from the main things they're trying to distract from, which nowadays are the files being released, which the government shutdown also prevents the 218th vote from being sworn in, which is the tiebreaker vote to forcibly release the files. So that's number one. Number two, it gives them any opportunity with the shutdown to clean house and fire a bunch of people and do a bunch of evil stuff they've been threatening the Democrats and the people with doing. But more than anything, not moving it forward and distracting everybody in the meantime. They can't release the files unless, of course, another partnership or deal is made with, say, the estate and the House Oversight Committee. The roadblocks they put up suck and they do damage. This is the bottom line. But the unity and ingenuity of Americans and the people who support us will always supersede that. It's a boom, boom. It's a chess match. Short term, long term, short term, long term. Unity is what will solve this. And that's what will save us and pull us all out worldwide. That's why they're so fighting so hard to block our communications. keep that in mind. Go out of your way to make sure you keep the communications going and the conversations going, because that is our strength, that is our superpower, and that is what will always let the 99% defeat the 1%. So stay strong, ladies and gentlemen. We got this.